Hi there. This practice is going to work a lot in the hip region, in the upper thighs, and also a little bit in the neck and shoulders. Sometimes we can hold extra tension right before our period comes, and these are some common areas that can happen. Also, sometimes just the anticipation of the period can cause sort of a unconscious clenching of the muscles. So we really want to just loosen up energetically and literally all inside here before the flow arrives. Come onto your mat with your legs very wide apart, feet pointing out, and then bend the knees. Take a few breaths here. Breathe into your belly. Start practicing releasing your belly here. A lot of times we go through the day just sucking it in, not even really knowing that we're doing that. So if there's one time a month that you can allow yourself to just release that gut, it's now. A few more deep breaths, concentrating on releasing your belly on your exhales and sinking a little bit deeper on your exhales too. If you need to come out of this at any point, you can. And then come back into it. So now, with our left arm, we'll straighten that out and sort of push open to the right, bending your right arm. Take a breath or two. And then an exhale, push to the other side. Big inhale into the upper back. And exhale. Again. You want to feel it in your upper back. And let's bring our arms up and then burst open into star. Big breath in. Exhale, release the belly. Inhale. Exhale back into this position, which is goddess. The camera just shook because my cat did it. A couple more breaths. Okay, now gently bring your hands to your hips. On an inhale, raise up gently. Turn the feet in so they're pointing forward. And you might walk your feet out just a little even more wider. Keep a slight micro bend on the knee. Inhale, reach, look up. Exhale with a straight back. Fold forward. The hands can come onto the ground, or if you have a block of books, you can put them there too. On an exhale, we're going to release the head down. And really push into the ground with your hands so you can relieve some of the upper back. It'll take some of the tension out of the upper back. And again, focus on releasing your abdomen. Let your head hang. Take a few more deep breaths here. come up halfway. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale all the way up. Switch your heels and your toes again back into goddess. Deep breaths, continuously releasing your abdomen. I'm going to take about 4 deep breaths here. Sink a little deeper. And inhale, star it. Exhale, palms together, toes facing forward. And then heel toe your feet to meet in the center. They don't have to be touching, they can be hip width apart. Palms are going to come down, facing forward. We're going to take a few moments of stillness here to again work on the release of the abdomen. This is mountain pose, so this isn't nothing. This is a strong pose. Feel rooted in your feet. Feel the stability of your hips on top of your feet on the earth. Feel your top of your head, your crown, connected to the sky. Imagine, if you want to close your eyes, and imagine you're standing right before a very big mountain. It's humbling, and again, release the belly. Become vulnerable in this position physically as you stand as a mountain. Inhale the arms up overhead. I'm going to walk to the front of my mat. Your mat might be different. You might need to adjust. Reaching up. You can start engaging the ab on this reach, just because it's sort of the natural thing to do. Exhale, swan dive the arms out, straighten the back down, bend the knees just a little to come to a fold. Let the head totally drop. Inhale, come halfway up with a straight back. Exhale, plant the hands on the mat. Bring your feet back to the back of the mat to high plank. Be strong here. For 3, 2, 1. On your next exhale, push back into down dog. Feet hip width apart. Bend your knees if you need to. Get that back straight. And start relaxing the belly. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale it to the side of the mat. So halfway up the mat and to the side. And then sink down right where you are. Let your left knee hover on the mat, or feel free to drop it. Come onto your forearms. And then on an inhale, Raise your right arm up and back. And exhale down. Press back onto your hands. Push back into three-legged dog with the right leg up. Exhale down. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale it outside the mat. Come onto your forearms. Let yourself sink here. And then inhale the left arm up and back. On an exhale, bring it down. Plant the hands. On an inhale, left leg goes up and back. Exhale. Down dog. Come onto your knees. Separate your knees a little wider than they fell. Bring your big toes together and push back into child's pose. Your arms can reach out in front of you, or they can be down by your sides. Let your forehead melt. Let your belly go. Inhale back onto all fours. Exhale into down dog. Inhale, start walking your feet in between your hands. Come halfway up. Hands on your shins. Take a couple breaths. On an exhale, fold. Feel free to bend the knees as much or as little as you want. Take a few deep breaths. Release the belly. Inhale the arms up and together. I'm going to stand facing you for tree, but you can stay on the top of your mat. Balance on your left leg. Bring your foot either right above your ankle. Find your balance there. If you're good there, bring it right below the knee. Stay there if you want. And third option, on your inner thigh. Not your knee ever. Just your inner thigh below the knee or on the ankle. Find your balance, bring your palms together. During our period, we tend to actually lose balance. So whether you're on your cycle now or you're before it, you might notice your balance is different. So when we're here in tree, we want to pay a little extra attention into the opening of the leg here. It's not just resting sort of neutrally, it's a conscious pushing out of the knee, wherever it is on your leg. So you can activate your hips just a little bit. A few more breaths. Alright, now keeping the balance on the left leg, bring the right knee up. In front of you. Finding your balance. If you're comfortable and you'd like to try the next part, keep breathing and hold on to the sole of your foot with a straight back. So your shoulder blades are going to start coming together down your back. And then kick it out. Feeling a lot of tension / stretching right here. If you were in the position that I was in just before this, don't feel pressure here anywhere you are. Just continue to release the tension in your belly. And then bring it down. Now for the opposite side, tree. Come to wherever you're comfortable. Ankle, calf, inner thigh. Once you find your balance, consciously engage your hip so your knee is like pushing back. So it's like if I'm pushing it back, I'm going this direction, but I'm going to do that muscularly. And release the belly, which is different than typical yoga. And typically in yoga we don't release this, we do the opposite. On an inhale, bring your left leg out in front of you. But for this practice, we're going to practice releasing. It's not going to hurt. And then if you'd like to move to this step, straight back. If you fall out of it, gracefully bring yourself back into it. Feeling the weight on all corners of your feet, on your standing leg. Release your belly. A few more breaths. Okay, and release down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, we're going to pigeon here. So exhale through. So you're setting up right here. If you would like to grab a pillow, I'm going to move where I am to show you how it looks. If you would like to grab a pillow and just stick it right under your hip, whichever hip has your knee forward, that will add some nice support. There's nothing wrong with support. It's funny how sometimes we feel like support is not good in yoga and wonder how and what that means in our everyday lives. If we are unable to accept and appreciate support, what does that say? So once we're supported and you feel that your hips are in line with the ground, we'll roll out. Forehead can come down, your head can come down on your hands or onto the floor, wherever you want to go, and we're going to breathe with this. Focusing on your exhales and letting yourself sink into the support of the earth. With every exhale, breathe out any contractions that you might be having throughout your body. And know that it's okay. push yourself up. You can remove the pillow if it's there. Tuck your back toes. Get strong in your hands and push back into three-legged dog again. If you'd like to bend your knee and make circles with that knee that's up in the air. If you'd like to bring the toe that's up in the air and point it to the opposite side of your body. So you're opening your hip. And then on your next exhale, straighten it out and bring the leg back to down dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale through to set up for pigeon on the other side. Again, if you don't normally go for support today. This pillow of mine is actually a little bit too much. It's too much support. I'm going to use a smaller one. Your hips are going to be balanced with the floor. We don't want to be rocking to one side or the other. Whenever you're ready, come down. Slowly or fast, whatever feels right. And for this round on this side, on every exhale, send any stagnant energy out of your uterus. Yes, your uterus. Imagine on an inhale, white light and sparkles or whatever makes you happy surrounding your uterus. And continue to relax the whole area around your hips, your thighs, your belly. This side might feel a little bit tighter than the last. If you get stuck on your breath and you find that you're not breathing, start breathing. Tuck your back toes and push strong in your hands to three-legged dog. Bend your knee that's up in the air and start making circles. And now, like the last side, if you'd like to open it up, dropping your foot towards the opposite side. Should feel pretty good. And then on an inhale, straighten out the hips. Exhale, drop your leg down. Inhale, bring your knees down. Exhale, push back to child's pose. So stay here for another 3 breaths. Cleansing breaths. And then inhale, walk your feet up. This might not be accessible to everyone, But basically, it's like your feet are going to be on the outside of your hips. If it feels more accessible to have a pillow under your... You could have a couple of pillows if that even makes it easier. So once you're here, bring your knees together. You don't want to splay them out too much. Take a couple breaths up here. Now there's multiple stages to this, so stop at whatever stage that you feel like you're getting benefit out of, or challenge, or whatever. The next stage is right here, on your forearms. And then the next stage, all the way back. Out of this, be gentle. In all of these poses, I'm shortening them down, but feel free to pause the video and stay in them longer. Bring your feet out and wide. Engage your feet so the toes are pointing up here. If you have a bolster or a pillow, I didn't mention it in the beginning, I'm sorry, but if you have a bolster or a pillow, or this is just a cushion, but I use it as a bolster. It's nice to have just in case you're not going to come all the way down to the ground here. So on an exhale, we're going to start folding forward. Engaging the toes, the feet here. You should feel it on your inner thigh. Let your head drop a little. Deep breath still. Releasing the belly still. Inhale, come up. Left arm or right arm to the foot, and then left arm up and over. So we're not folding like this, we're folding sort of, it's like a side fold. Release the belly. Couple more breaths. Inhale up. Exhale, opposite side. Couple more. I love the way side stretches feel. And bring the legs back together. Two options here. We're going to go for a twist, a nice organ detoxifying twist. So you can bring one of your legs, let's start with our right leg over your left leg, so it's a little above the knee. You can stay here for your twist, or if it's accessible, I'm going to turn so I'm facing you again. If it's accessible for you, which means if you can do this without feeling like it hurts or you're pushing yourself, just bring your foot up to your hip. So your left foot up to your right hip. On an inhale, straighten the spine. Exhale, right arm goes directly behind your back. keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Gently using the right knee, thigh to assist you in twisting and looking over the right shoulder. Relax the belly. This isn't a major twist. We're not stressing out with this. It's like a gentle but legit twist. Feel free to move the head if it feels good, dropping the ear to your shoulder. You can take circles. But then before we come out, look toward the back of the room, over your right shoulder. Couple more breaths. On an exhale, spin out. Now switching legs. Whatever you did on the other side, do on this side. Inhale and straighten the spine. Exhale, your left arm behind you. On every inhale, elongate the spine. Every exhale, imagine you're twisting just a little bit further, wringing yourself out like a towel. And that's what's happening to your organs. Deep breaths, release the belly. When we flush the organs like this, we squeeze them, we flush new blood to them, and that's going to help with period cramps. And digestion. On an exhale, release. And many things. To bring our soles together. If you'd like to reach for support and sit on a pillow just a little bit, not deeply under your tush, but just sort of on the edge under the bones. We really want to have a deep opening here, so inhale, straighten your spine, let your shoulders fall away from your ears. You can hold your feet as if you were opening a book, as if your feet are the covers of the book. And then on an exhale, start folding. Find your edge here, emotionally, where you might start getting anxious on this edge. Physically, you might feel tightness. Play your edge, find it, and hang around it. Use your breath to take you deeper or shallower around this spot. See how much of this spot is mental and how much of it is physical. Every exhale, you can allow movement forward or back, however small movement that is. Five more breaths, please. relax the belly. Two, one. Inhale slowly, coming up. Okay. Keeping the pillow there if you'd like. Coming into easy pose, just a cross-legged position. If you're comfortable with half lotus. That's when your foot is like that. Easy pose is great. Bring your hands to your knees. And move your spine. Kind of like a snake. So we're shifting it out to the side, shifting it out to the side, shifting it out to the side, and then dropping the head to the opposite side. So shifting to the left, drop the head to the right. Shift to the right, drop the head to the left. And if that's difficult or doesn't feel right to you, move the spine however you want. Another option, or the second part, is circles. Deep circles. We're winding down our practice today, still focusing our energy in our hips. Exhaling forward, inhaling back. Switch directions. And come back to center. Whatever position your legs are in, switch them. So whatever leg was on the bottom, now it's going to be on the top. Let's end with a mudra meditation. Palms are going to be open, and then take your ring and thumb finger, keeping your other fingers directly up. Ring and thumb, other fingers directly up. This is the mudra, okay? Mudra is a seal. It's an energy seal, an ancient practice, and you can rest your hands on your knees, and the key to the mudra is to consciously be keeping the fingers erect. So if you're meditating or you're relaxing here and you start noticing your fingers go like that, bring them out again. Relax the belly, take a few breaths, consciously deep breaths. Breathing out the belly. I'm going to stay here for about a minute and then close with you, but feel free to keep this position and continue your meditation. If you have a hard time getting on the mat to do meditation, or just getting on the floor to do meditation, surprise, you're here right now. Taking 5 minutes to focus on the healing energy in the uterus, just sending good vibes to the uterus. I know that's cliche, but... And also practicing relaxing all of those muscles down there. Just relaxing them totally. It truly is a practice. So once you've found a comfortable posture for yourself, make this meditation about breath and relaxation in your lower region. Continuing to relax the belly and the muscles there. as I said, I'm going to turn this off now. Please continue your meditation if you have the time. Even a few more minutes is worth it. Feel free to leave your comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again.